Welcome to Mt.Coramba Apiculture. It's early on Sunday morning, 12th of September 2021. Had a question last night from one of the people that have done my beekeeping workshops, and he's got a Flowhive and other hives as well, going really well. He's frustrated because he can't get the flow frames. Well, we can't lift the flow super off the brood box to do an inspection on the brood box because the bottom of the frames are stuck to the queen excluder and the top of the brood box. So the more he tries to prise them out, the more he gets stung. So he's a bit frustrated. I just want to go through the reasons why they do that and the best way to overcome it. So you can see these flow frames have got a really large surface area on the bottom of them. So when the bees glue them to the frames of the queen excluder below them, they put a lot of propolis there and it really hangs on. So in comparison to a normal frame, you can see that's probably half the surface area there. So boxes with just normal lance trough frames in them come off quite easily just by levering the corner of the box up like that. But yeah, you can see that if all that surface area, particularly this is a 6-flame Flowhive, so 6 of these compared to 6 of these, it's probably double the surface area hanging on to that top of those frames. So let's hop into this hive and show you the way to pull out a flow frame. And to follow some of the forums and Facebook sites, there's people who think you don't ever have to pull the flow frames out because you only have to look through the side windows and the back window to check that it's okay. They're not beekeepers, they're just they're going to fail. So you need to look into your hive and understand how it works. So let's put a bit of smoke on these fellas. So I've just zoomed in a bit closer, you can take that thing off the back. So the way I get into them, I'll just lever them up at the back here. You've got to be careful because particularly if they're quite new, they can fall apart. So I just lever up the back like that. Just get it loose, loosen it that way, get my hive tool in like that, and just pull it up. Once they're full of honey and wax, they're really quite robust and strong. Not too much going to go wrong with them. It's nearly fully sealed, which is good. This flow soup has been used many times. It went on about a month ago, so that's full of honey. See it uncapped on that side, uncapped on that side. Sit that down. You can see the side of it and the back of it. So if you're looking at that and you're assuming that that frame's fully capped, you're going to assume wrong because one side is and one side isn't. Okay. Always take your frames out and look at them. That's what beekeepers do. So, once again, just loosen them up like normal frames. Hive tool under the end there. Lift it up. Just pull that across. So if you want to keep going, imagine this is sitting on top of the brood box, attached to the queen excluder. Just crack those seals on those frames and lift them up. One's off. Really strongly attached because of that surface area on the bottom of the frame. That's up. That's up. And that's up. So the bees really don't mind that. You push them back. So you put that other frame back in, but if you just then leave your hive frame up like that, your box up like that, and you can just lift it straight off. So that's the way to loosen those frames up if they're stuck to your queen excluder. While we're here, we just have a quick look. So they're the second one in, fully capped. That would be mainly clover, white clover, flatweed, all the other ground covers that are flaring here at the moment. Another one there. So almost fully capped. Almost fully capped. So you know, looks can be deceiving. Just because the back window says they're okay, doesn't mean they are. And just because the outside frames are fully capped doesn't mean the inside ones aren't. Bees don't follow the rule books. You see that's quite a way to go before it's capped. So fully capped that side. And not quite capped that side. And last one on the other side. Yeah, nothing there. That's the window side. And that's the inside, so there's nothing really there. So, you know, I'd imagine a week or two and they'd be fully capped. Just the way the clover's flowering here at the moment. So don't be frightened to loosen those flow frames and pull them out, particularly if you're having trouble prizing them off the queen excluder. You know, the more you open the hive and move things around, the easier it is to manipulate your hive and do those essential health checks on them. So, you know, get into them and get under that queen excluder. That's what beekeepers do. Bee havers just look through the windows. It's not, you're not learning anything, and it's not good for the bees. Just get that back in. Can be a bit tricky, that last one. Just got to make sure you've got all those frames. It's a really tight fit. You've got to make sure you've got all those frames pushed up. There, it's gone now. And make sure at the back that it fits in properly. It's just a matter of making sure that all those frames are pushed up really tight against that side wall, and it'll slip in. Still not. You wouldn't have all this farting around on a normal beehive. It's really one of the drawbacks of these things, is they're so fiddly and so much can go wrong. So that's better. Always push them up against that back wall this side, so that they're tight against the back of the hive. That way the bees don't come out, and it seals that back entrance properly. It's starting to get a bit cranky with me. Still quite early in the morning. So that's how you get your flow frames out. I hope that helps to Sam, who was asking about it, and anyone else that's wondering. So quite easy. It's just a matter of practice and a bit of good technique. The crown board back on. The back door on. This thing. And they're done. So you can see my flow hive doesn't look like a flow hive. The lid rotted, the bottom board rotted. This is starting to fall apart, so I have to replace that at some stage. So yeah, flow hives are interchangeable with normal 8 frame or 10 frame Langstroth gear. So yeah, flow hive did not invent beekeeping 5 years ago. It's been going on for a long time, and this is all just stock standard gear apart from the flow frames in the boxes. So yeah, you can interchange these things with any other gear, so which is great. All right, hope that helps.